back to Angie's Table. Today we're going to be showing you guys our tips on decorating our entryway and how we did it.
The entryway is very important because it's the first thing you see when you walk into a home. We wanted our entryways to be simple, welcoming, and functional.
And we actually have two entryways to show you guys. So let's start with the first one, and it's the entry to the front door. So this is the area that guests come through, and we wanted it to be very welcoming, which is why we decided to go with that Scandinavian look. To backtrack, and we'll talk about what we thought was necessary for that space, we came up with 3 items, and it was a bench, coat rack, and also a storage space for Essie's belongings. The importance of a bench down there is, especially during the winter times when we have shoes that are a little bit more uncomfortable and harder to put back on and off, we wanted a space where guests and us can sit and comfortably put their shoes on as opposed to standing and wobbling and falling over. We actually redid our office space and den space, and there was a closet in there where our guests could put their coats in, but we turned that into a YouTube camera equipment space. So we didn't have anywhere for guests to actually hang their things. In the summertime, it doesn't really matter, but once winter comes, we need that space back again. If guests come in, take their shoes off, and hang their coats right away and just forget about where to place it, it'd be perfect. And lastly, a space for Essie's belongings. Essie's belongings means poop bags, a leash, collar, and other things like that. Those things don't really look good on display and out. So we wanted a place where we can store it away, but it'd be functional right by the door so that we can easily go in and out.
So next we're going to be talking about the design style. The design style that I chose for the space was a Scandinavian minimal style, which means that we went with lighter toned woods to kind of brighten up that space. The entryway to the front door is actually pretty dark when you enter, so we wanted something that was lighter and brighter, so we went ahead with white tones and light wood tones. We're going to be talking about where we got the items next. The first item that we'll be talking about is the basket where we store Essie's leash and wipes and things like that. That is from Target. It has a seagrass material, which I really love. The rug is from IKEA. The coat rack also kind of serves as like a floating shelf. That is also from IKEA. And the bench is also from IKEA. IKEA has more of a Scandinavian feel, so I really do like to shop at IKEA for certain design styles. It's definitely more affordable. And also the thing that I love is that all the wood pieces that I bought from IKEA, they kind of match in color. So it's literally perfect. It goes perfectly well with each other.
It has like that slightly unfinished look that makes it more, I don't know, like welcoming look kind of.
It's very inviting, I think.
I feel like a lot of Korean people these days really like Scandinavians. When I look at homes in Korea, they all have that very Scandinavian look with pops of color, which is really cute.
It's like the Japanese Scandinavian. So they call it Japanese Scandinavian because it's very minimal, and Japanese people tend to be very minimal. But I do realize that too, that a lot of people in Korea are really resorting to this design style.
For the decor of the space, I actually found these frames at Walmart, and they were extremely cheap. Sometimes I feel like black has a bit of a harsh look where you kind of feel like you're stuck. But this is super thin, and it really highlights the space. It really highlights the picture as well. One of the photos Grace actually took, and one of them we printed it, and it was from Unsplash. And Grace and I really like using Unsplash because you don't have to worry about purchasing the pictures or copyright issues or any of that. It's just free. And we printed these from Walgreens because she thinks that their quality and convenience is at its best. This diffuser is from Target, and for me, smell is very important. Even with people, that's how I remember people. Smell is kind of like
a first impression.
Yeah, I think Grace got the scent of jasmine, right?
It's called ylang.
Ylang.
But I think it's like a jasmine smell. I love jasmine.
Yeah. Grace really likes jasmine. To her, that's very welcoming. So she wanted to put that diffuser out in the front, and that's the first impression that people get when you walk in. Target has a really good selection of diffusers and candles, and they smell really great. Like I think I have like 10 favorite things from there. This vase is from Dollar Store. Grace just has a lot of baby breaths that she dries up, and she likes to use it as a point. Also, we have this small hanging basket where we put Essie's poop bags in.
We almost forgot to mention, but I went ahead and painted the entryway area before we went ahead and did this whole entryway decor, just so we can get a fresh coat of paint on the walls. While we were moving in, we did create a lot of dents and scuffs on the wall, and also this was to further prevent us from scuffing the walls while we're bringing in packages and things like that through the door.
Because she got the paint from Sherwin-Williams and it is a luster finish. And what I love about luster is that it's not matte, so it has like a semi-gloss to it, where if you get anything on it, it literally comes right off by using water and a paper towel.
But it's not semi-gloss, it's more an in-between between an eggshell or semi-gloss and flat. This color that we got at Sherwin-Williams is called Aesthetic White. I love this color because it brings a lot of brightness to the room, but it's not completely white, which is kind of boring in my opinion. So we wanted a little bit of gray tones to match our main floor.
And also, Grace did this entire project by herself and she painted everything over courses of days, and she did a really good job.
That's it for our front door entryway. Next, we're gonna be talking about the garage entryway. We're gonna kind of go along with the same outline we did before. We first started by planning the necessary items that we needed. The biggest thing that we needed for the space, because Kevin and I use this space the most, we do park our cars in the garage, so we're in and out of that door all the time. We needed a console table with drawers. We needed a space where we can put our keys and clutter, our wallets, things like that in the drawers away from sight. This is more of a spatial issue, but we needed to create symmetry in the room because that side of the room it was very, very empty. Our TV, our fridge, our couch, they're all on the left side of the room and we had nothing by that doorway. I think it was supposed to be like a hallway kind of situation, but it just doesn't look good if that space is empty. So we needed a bigger piece to fill up that room as well.
I'm gonna talk about the design aspect of that area. Grace wanted something that's coastal. Coastal also means lighter wood tone. And so that kind of ties in both entryways, but it's still different in its own ways. We wanted the downstairs one to be more breezy and very refreshing and have that sense of relaxation. We decided to go with light wood tones and also have hints of blue and pastel in there. This also fit in perfectly because the ground floor area is very dark. That's why the other furniture pieces are light, like the cloth on the couch is a very light tone, and we also have a similar tone of light wood for the TV stand as well. We thought it would really brighten up the space, so we did really look out for those touches of light color and something that reminds you of being on a beach.
Next, we're going to be talking about the items that we got for that console table. That console table is from World Market. The lamp that we got was from Target, and this was a very cheap lamp. I've never found.
It was on sale for like $10. It was unbelievable.
Super cheap, but it completely fit our theme. It has like blue base, but it also has this ceramic sandy look to it, so it kind of looks like a beach almost. The picture frames, there are two. Biggest thing that I wanted to do was decide if I wanted a mirror there or if I wanted to place picture frames there. And if I did picture frames, because it's a large console, I wanted to layer them. So the first one, the big one that I got, is part of the Studio McGee collection at Target. And this one was actually on sale for $25. I think I got this on sale, I don't even know, right when it came out, but it was on sale for some reason. It's beautiful, it's big. The second smaller frame, I got that from Kirkland's, and that was also on sale. But these two kind of just fit perfectly. Even though the frames don't necessarily match perfectly in color, it kind of creates a very nice contrast and very nice layered look to it. The vase down there with our wispy, I don't even know what you call those. It kind of looks like wheat. Barley. But I get those from Trader Joe's every year, but they're beautiful, and that vase was actually from Home Goods. It was fairly cheap too. I love going there to just check out what there is. They have a lot of coastal things at Home Goods, which I really appreciate. The coffee table books, which the lamp is on top of, I put it there because it just matches perfectly with the color theme of everything, but also gives the lamp a little bit more height. The lamp is smaller, so when I put it on the books, it gives it a more layered overall look.
Yeah, and when we look for books, we uncover that paper covering that's on it, and we really look at the binding of it because that's what makes it really, really pretty. A key for you guys too, the paper over it usually ends up ripping over time, so you want to make sure that the binding of it is pretty, and it actually looks a little bit more sophisticated when you don't have that paper covering on there and it's just the binding.
And last but not least, I got the candle along with a cloche from Target. I just really like the candles from Target. They smell amazing. They have so many different types, but also that cloche just gives it a little bit more texture to it.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is giving it a more layered look because you don't want everything to look flat because that's just boring. So you want to add symmetry. Sometimes it looks good when it's uneven. Right.
Yeah.
I also added some pillows and basket down on the bottom of the console.
Oh, you didn't talk about the basket.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk, I forgot about that, but it actually adds a lot to the whole design because if I don't have anything under there, it looks really plain and boring because everything on top, there's like so much more going on at the top, but there's nothing at the bottom. So this is where I store my extra pillows and throws and things like that.
That was pretty much all we needed to say and all we did for the space. So we hope this helps you guys out in decorating your entryway, but the most important thing always is to make sure that it matches your guys' taste and to your functionality. So we'll see you guys on our next video.